Welcome, Clan Mackay and friends, to our Historian's Corner, where Chris and I will be discussing the clan badge of the Mackay, its origins, and its use today. Our conversation was a lengthy one, so we've split this video into parts. We hope you enjoy this content. All right, Chris, thank you for joining me today. Today, just so the audience understands, this is our first of many of our Shenandoah Corner, I guess, where we discuss topics and themes of the Clan Mackay. Just to start out, I had a few questions about the clan badge of the Clan Mackay, right? And kind of distinguishing between some of the things we see on the internet versus what we read in books and what we hear at the Scottish festivals. Just want to clear up a few things that are sometimes maybe misunderstood with as much information you have on the internet, especially with the market economy and how they like to sell things. So you get a lot of examples of Mackay heraldry and so on and so forth. So I think this is a good topic for us today. But why don't you introduce yourself real quick?
Yeah, Hunter, my name's Christopher Mackie, and I'm, along with you, one of the other clan historians or society historians for the Clan Mackay Society in Scotland, with a particular purview or emphasis on heraldry, which is kind of my forte.
Awesome. And just so the audience is aware, Chris deals obviously with heraldry. I deal more with genealogy. And we both cover Clan Mackay history in general. But as our topic today is the clan badge, I kind of want to ask some general historical concepts of clan badges in just general clan history. What did the clan badge represent, or how was it used pre-industrialization and pre-Victorian era in Great Britain?
Yeah, so that's it covers a lot of ground. What gets referred to now as a clan badge would have been something like it, could have been seen throughout Britain at certain points in history. More commonly, from my understanding, in England at a certain period of time, in around maybe the 16th century. In fact, there was a law passed at one point in order to restrict effectively the use of such badges in England. And the reason for that law gives us some insight into how the badges were used. So the badges were based on elements of a lord's heraldry. So if you've got a powerful person in Scotland or England at that time, many of them had heraldry that was unique to that individual and to his descendants. And so elements of that of the heraldry would be taken and used as sort of little symbols or markings on the clothes of his servants or adherents. So adherents could be people not necessarily serving in that lord's house, but somebody who is a follower or a member of that person's retinue and advances that lord's cause. In a way, you could kind of compare it to gangs in contemporary North America, in the sense that you've got a powerful individual or individuals, maybe the core family, and then all those serving under them, so to speak. And that gang has their own symbols and markings or patches, for example, to let other people know, hey, we're a part of this gang. And that's where that particular law comes in that restricted the use of those badges and what was called livery in general, because the government started to get concerned that these gangs or retinues of lords' houses were getting rather violent and butting heads with each other too often. So they tried to control that, similar in a way, I think, in the United States. In some jurisdictions, certain gang signs aren't permitted to be displayed. So they were used as a form of group identity, saying, I belong to this group, and that group is led by this particular lord.
Right, and that's actually very interesting, because that's how clans, and also just a feudal system in general, that's how it was created, where you had individuals who could not protect themselves as well as another rich person would adhere themselves to that person, follow underneath that person, work their land and whatever, and show up in times of war if needed. And that symbol would obviously be a symbol that they would have to follow on the battlefield, right?
Yeah, so that's a great point. It is a sort of a visual indicator, symbol of that kind of feudal system and structure that the clan system in Scotland had a lot of similarities with. Now, in Scotland, particularly in the Highlands, it's doubtful that these badges were as prevalent as they would have been in England for various reasons. But as time went on, and certainly as we get into the Victorian era, my impression is that by that point, what's called paper heraldry, or symbols that exist primarily on paper as opposed to actually being worn by people, that becomes much more popular and prevalent in Scotland at that point. But I think historically it would be difficult to find Highlanders who would have been wearing the kind of clan badge that we're familiar with today.
Right. Would there have been a alternative, or was there something that Highlanders would have had to identify themselves in war, for example, against neighboring clans or against foreign armies?
Yeah, there's this idea that clans had plant badges, so that each clan, again, to signify their membership in the group or in the family, really, would in battle wear a sprig of a certain type of plant that denoted them as a member of that clan, and they'd pin it onto their clothing somewhere. And that idea has been around for a long time, and it has been accepted. However, I think recently some scholars are suggesting, well, that too may be a little fanciful, in that if you can imagine yourself in the heat of combat, are you in a position to take the time to track where on the person's clothes he might have a particular sprig of a flower or plant, and decide whether or not you're going to try to strike that guy down? So that's a fair argument. Be that as it, that is another identifier that exists today in modern times as a tradition, that each clan has its own particular plant badge. And so that, combined with the clan badge, which is more the heraldry, combined with the tartan, those are sort of the three elements that can be used today to sort of proclaim one's membership in a clan.
Yeah, that's interesting, because I've heard also the clan or the plant badge. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know how solid this is, but I've heard that the plant badge for the Mackays was the Bulrush, or in North America, we call it the cattail. At least we do here in the United States. I'm not sure what they call it in Canada.
Yeah, we call it cattail up here as well. And Bulrush, I think, has the most popularity amongst the Mackays as the plant badge, and certainly depictions of our chiefs' arms will often show bulrushes or cattails. I've got here actually the bonnet that my dad used to wear as a clansman of the Mackay, and it has both devices in it. So you'll see here there's the metal representation of the clan badge, but also we've got a single bulrush here that goes in behind the clan badge, and a single feather to mark him as a gentleman of the clan. But that's an instance of combining both badges together, the heraldic clan badge as well as the plant badge.
Thank you very much for watching today's video. Please like and subscribe to stay up to date on all of our future content. If you have any other questions or interests that you'd like us to cover, please leave a comment below. Have a great day.